Hey guys, welcome to Learning Plan 4. First of all, I want to apologize to you guys about the discussions last week. Dr. Dunlap had went into my classroom and she informed me that the way I was giving you guys feedback was not the correct way. I mean, even though I could see it, you guys could not see it at all. So anyway, I'm going to correct that this week. If you have any questions, please give me a call or send me an email. My internet has been really crazy. Most of you guys know that I moved and they're doing new construction here at my house, so it seems like Wi-Fi goes down all the time, but they were out today and they assured me that it wouldn't happen again. They said something about fiber optics. I have no idea what that is, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. So let's get started. This is Learning Plan 4. Okay, and again, we're going to review the learning activities. You guys need to read chapters 10, page 400 to 404 in chapter 12, read 19 in the appendix in management, which, I mean, you guys can read this. Read this section on memos and presentations in the Business Writer's Handbook. You need to participate in discussion 4.1, not measuring up. And guys, please see the participation policy in the discussion board section of expectations. Make sure you guys get enough responses or replies. I mean, it really, really helps your grade. You don't think 5 points means a lot in discussion, but it really does. And again, participate in discussion 4.2, and please see the policies. You're viewing the LP4 seminar right now, so you just need to complete the assessment. You're going to complete the LP4 quizzes. Okay, and during this learning plan, Dr. Salidas will be hosting webinars on creating effective presentations in PowerPoint and public speaking. Both of the topics will help you develop a valuable professional skill hosting online meeting webinars. So check the Graduate Writing Assistance Lab for dates and times. Okay, for LP4 Assignment 1, Controlling Presentation. Okay, so for this assignment, you will research organizational structural theories and create a 9 to 12 minute presentation on your chosen topic. Guys, don't freak out. It seems like 9 minutes is a lot, but it's really not, because we've already gone almost 2.5 minutes now. So anyway, you'll create your presentation in PowerPoint, record a narration, and upload it to YouTube, which is what we do here. So you want to research and describe how the scholarly literature describes the purpose functions of controlling in organizations. Describe a contemporary control tool system such as balanced scorecard, open book management, total quality management, etc., and show how it works. And I've got some slides on the balanced scorecard and TQM for you guys. That's the two I picked because those are the two I'm most familiar with. You also want to describe how the financial and budgetary controls are used in the tools described above. This assignment can seem vague, so if you feel that directing your presentation at a particular audience, say a CEO or a company, you can feel free to do so. Use and cite at least 4 scholarly or professional sources to support your position. Do not use a textbook as a primary source. Your presentation must be submitted as a video file and posted on your YouTube station. Using the PowerPoint slides and creating a video are required. How you do it's up to you. So guys, make sure you click these blue little links here, how to create a presentation for YouTube. It will help you and show you how. You may also use a screen capture software such as Screencast-O-Matic. That is actually what I use. It is super easy. Create a reference page of your sources in APA format, Word file. Copy and paste the link to your YouTube video to the bottom of the page, and then submit the file to your instructor, of course, via the Dropbox. Make sure y'all put it in the right Dropbox. This assignment is worth 75 points and will be graded according to the rubric. So you guys make sure you look at the rubrics and the grading. Okay, so for LP4-2 assignment, organizing memo. In this assignment, you're going to create one of the most important communication documents used in business, which is a memo. Probably you guys have some experience doing that. We do rely heavily on emails, of course, now for business communications, but memos are definitely more formal choices, and I can tell you I still use them. I even actually email formal memos. So this is a scenario that you're going to need to use. Make sure you read it carefully. Make sure that you research and describe how the scholarly literature describes the functions and divisional approaches to the structure. Select an organizational structure. Structure. See the exhibit 10.3 in your book to get a start. and explain how the structure is designed to work by providing an example or scenario. You also want to discuss how culture is reflected in the chosen theory. You know, what types of companies might it choose? Once chosen, how might the company's culture be affected? So in this assignment, you want to use at least 4 scholarly or professional sources to support your position. Do not use your textbook, again, as the primary source. Your memo will be 1,000 to 1,200 words long in proper memo format. Guys, make sure you download that template from MS Office. Think about your audience and tone. Your reference page must be completed as an annotated bibliography. Again, submit it to the right Dropbox, and this assignment is worth 80 points. Okay, so when preparing to write a memo, ask yourself these following questions to help you. What's the purpose of the memo? What will it tell the recipients? Why do the recipients need this information? What are the most important facts that the recipients need to have? Is there a change that will be occurring? If so, what is the change and when will it occur? If there is an action that the recipients need to take, if so, exactly what do they need to do and how do they need to take this action? Is there any information, contact names, numbers, URLs they need to have in order to take this action? Is there any accompanying documentation, such as reports, forms, or charts that the recipients need? These can be included as attachments to the memo. And why do the recipients need to take action? What are the benefits and how will it affect them? These are just some questions you can ask yourself when you're preparing a memo. I give you a sample here. If you'll click on those little blue links in your assignments, you'll get this same template here. But I mean, this is the sample memo. Okay, so let's move into what is controlling. Controlling consists of verifying whether everything occurs in conformities with plans adopted, instructions issued, and principles established. It also ensures that there is an effective and efficient utilization of organizational resources so as to achieve the planned goals. Controlling measures the deviation of actual performance from the standard performance, discovers the causes of such deviations, and helps in taking corrective actions. And you guys can see where this is retrieved from. So this is actually a good little link for controlling. Controlling purpose. Controlling basically has got 2 purposes. It facilitates coordination and it helps in planning. And again, there's a link that you guys can use if you want to go to that website. So let's talk about the features of controlling function. Controlling is an end function, a function which comes once the performances are made in conformities with the plans. Controlling is a pervasive function, which means it is performed by managers at all levels and in all types of concerns. Controlling is also forward-looking because effective control is not possible without past being controlled. Controlling always looks to the future so that the follow-up can be made whenever required. Controlling is a dynamic process. Since controlling requires taking reviewable methods, changes have to be made wherever possible. Controlling is related with planning. Planning and controlling are 2 inseparable functions of management. Without planning, controlling is meaningless exercise. Without controlling, planning is useless. So anyway, you can see where I pulled this again, that same website. And you're welcome to go to that site and get some information. Now, in your assignment, you're asked to describe a contemporary control tool or system. I chose Balanced Scorecard for one of mine. It's often called BSC. The Balanced Scorecard revolutionized conventional thinking about performance metrics. When Kaplan and Norton first introduced the concept in 1992, companies were busy transforming themselves to compete in the world of information. Their ability to exploit intangible assets was becoming more decisive than their ability to manage physical assets. The scorecard allowed companies to track financial results while monitoring progress in building the capabilities needed for growth. The tool was not intended to be a replacement for financial measures, but rather a complement. And that's how most companies have treated it. Now, Kaplan and Norton, they were all over my dissertation, and I actually probably need to get my external hard drive and retrieve my dissertation because I probably have some really good info I could pass on to you guys. Here I found a little chart. You can see I found it from Value-Based Management. It's just a balanced scorecard. It goes to financial, international, business processes, learning and growth, and customer. It's vision and strategy. Okay. The first process of a balanced scorecard is translating the vision. It helps managers build a consensus concerning a company's strategy and express it in the terms that can guide action at the local level. The second process is communicating and linking. It calls for communicating a strategy at all levels of the organization and linking it with the unit and individual goals. The third is business planning. It enables companies to integrate their business plans along with their financial plans. The fourth process is feedback and learning. It gives companies the capacity for strategic learning, which consists of gathering feedback, testing the hypotheses on a strategy is based, and making necessary adjustments. You can see where I retrieved this from as well, and you're welcome to go to that website because it had a lot more information on it. The second one I chose was Total Quality Management, TQM. I had a lot of papers on this too. TQM can be summarized as a management system for customer-focused organizations that involves all employees in continual improvement. It uses the strategy, data, and effective communications to integrate the quality discipline into the culture and the activities of the organization. You can also see where I retrieved this from. This is a pretty good website as well. There are 8 primary elements of TQM. Customer focus. The customer ultimately determines the level of quality. No matter what the organization does to foster quality improvement, training employees, integrating quality into design process, upgrading computers or software, or buying new measuring tools, the customer determines whether the efforts are worthwhile. Then you have total employee involvement. All employees participate in working towards common goals. Total employee commitment can only be obtained after fear has been driven from the workplace. When the empowerment has occurred, the manager has provided the proper environment. High-performance work systems integrate continuous improvement efforts with normal business operation. Self-managed work teams are one form of empowerment. Then we have process-centered. The fundamental part of TQM is a focus on process thinking. A process is a series of steps that take inputs from suppliers, internal or external, and transform them into outputs that are delivered to customers. Again, it can be either internal or external. The steps required to carry out the process are defined, and performance measures are continuously monitored in order to detect unexpected variation. Integrated system. Although an organization may consist of many different functional specialties, often organized into vertically structured departments, it is the horizontal process interconnecting these functions that are the focus of TQM. You can look at the 2 little bullet points I have down there. Business performance must be monitored and communicated continuously. This is in blue because I copied and pasted this. That just gives you an example of an integrated business system, and you can model after that. Strategic and systematic approach. A critical part of management of quality is the strategic and systematic approach to achieving an organization's vision, mission, and goals. This process, called strategic planning or strategic management, includes the formalization of a strategic plan that integrates quality as a core component. And then you have continual improvement. A major part of TQM is continual process improvement. Continual improvement drives an organization to be both analytical and creative in finding ways to become more competitive and more effective at meeting stakeholder expectations. Then you have fact-based decision making. In order to know how well an organization is performing, data on performance measures are necessary. TQM requires that the organization continually collect and analyze data in order to improve decision-making accuracy, achieve consensus, and allow prediction based on past history. Communications. During the times of organizational change, as well as part of day-to-day operations. Effective communication plays a large part in maintaining morale and in motivating employees at all levels. Communications involve strategies, methods, and timeliness, and we all know how important communication is in the topics of leading, resistance, and all those. So I retrieved that from this website, the link that I provided below, and it's got some good information on it if you guys would like to take a look at it. Summary. Okay, so again, make sure you click on all the blue links in your assignments. They're there to help you. You need to utilize them. Make sure you meet the minimum word requirements. Also, download the memo templates from MS Office. Do not forget that. And guys, please read all instructions clearly. Make sure you submit to the right Dropbox. I've actually figured out a way that I can email you guys from my Gmail and copy it to my classroom email so that the school will be able to see it. So I'll be able to answer you guys a little more quickly because the school kind of frowns upon answering it from Gmail, but sometimes you have no choice, especially when your Wi-Fi's down. But anyway, if you guys have any questions or need anything, just give me a call. For those of you who cannot get with your advisors, please send me an email and let me know what times work for you to call, and I'll try to make my schedule available. Anyway, good luck. We're almost there.